Morning. It is Sunday, July the 15th. It's a beautiful, sunny, hot day in Arkansas. It was over 100 yesterday. It's probably going to be over 100 today, and the humidity is 99%. It's best not to get out if you don't have to. I'm up and dressed and ready for church this morning. We're going to the traditional service today, which we don't normally do. We go to a contemporary service normally, but we have a friend who's playing the piano today, so we're going to go and hear Philip play today. I'm not normally this dressed up. I have on a nice linen shirt, which will be wrinkled 2 seconds after I walk outside. Oh, and y'all, I had to buy some new earrings because I broke mine. I wear the same earrings all the time. I rarely change. I have a little bitty pair of loops and a little bit bigger pair of loops. And I broke both of them in the last month. So I have discovered that this is one of those I'm all into things. These are clip-ons. I couldn't find the loops I wanted. I have had pierced ears since I was 18 years old. The old method with an ice cube and a needle. I did it myself. But I couldn't find any this time. Went a couple of places, didn't like anything, so I saw these clip-ons and I just bought them. And you know what? They're pretty darn comfortable. I might be looking at those again. Let's see. I don't have one single note, but I have so much to tell you and so much to talk about. Let's do an I Remember When segment first, okay? First, thank you for coming. I get here so seldom lately that I know it's easy for people to fall by the wayside, and I'm always thankful and grateful when you come back or when someone new comes in, and I get an extra one or two people on my feed numbers, and that's exciting. So thank you for that. I was going through something the other day and found this little piece. It was in a frame and actually stuck in the frame. I took it out to try to see what I could do to it. I stitched this for my mother. I want to say probably 1978 or somewhere in there. And okay, look at the finishing. Look how I put that in there. Masking tape on a piece of cardboard, probably the piece of cardboard that came with the dollar frame that I had it in. I'm a little scared to take that tape off. I'm pretty sure it could ravel. It's on an Ada, or maybe, yeah, I think it's at like an 1822 count Ada, maybe. I don't know, but I want to take it off of there and probably make it into a little pillow. And I just love it. I love the memory of it. My mom's been gone since 2004, and I still miss her and Daddy every day. They both died in 2004. Actually, Daddy died 4 months before Mom because he said, we knew she was dying, and he said, I'm not going to live one day longer than her. And so he didn't. He died 4 months before her because he was a stubborn old coot. Also, I don't want to forget to tell you, if you haven't tried these muffins, they are scrumptious. I'm having a hard time finding this fat-free kind, but sometimes my Kroger has them. They are wonderful. For you Weight Watcher people, they're 5 points. But for a Saturday or Sunday morning treat, that's not bad. And yes, I've been on Weight Watchers off and on. I started February and stayed on it 2 months. And did really good, lost 20 pounds, and then my brother got sick, and everything went to hell in a handbasket. Excuse me for that language, but that's exactly what happened. And speaking of my brother, we have had a miracle. I thank you all so much for your prayers. Terry is younger than me. He's 70, and in May the 14th, he had a stroke. He has a really bad heart and has 35 or so stents besides a defibrillator, and he's had bypass surgery too. And those of you who've been with me before will remember that he lost his wife Christmas Eve and a daughter 2 weeks after that. And then in May, he had this stroke. And uh, as of today, he has been in the hospital either 50 or 51 days. I've lost count. He's in Little Rock. That's an hour's drive for me. And I drive up there every other day and spend the day with him and drive back. And my ex-sister-in-law, who is beloved by this family, goes the other day that I'm not there. She's with him. And then my sister comes from Missouri every 2 or 3 weeks, and she stays 3 or 4 days in a row with him. We have a family member with him all day, every day, and have had for his entire hospital stay. That is critical to us, and according to the hospital people, it is critical to the patient as well. We don't stay with him at night. He has a 24-hour sitter and has had from the beginning. He has Lewy body dementia that has been exacerbated by the stroke. A week ago, well, at StitchCon, June 15th, all of you who were at StitchCon know that I was not myself. And that was because of Terry. I had just left the hospital staying with him. He, when I left, was doing pretty good. I'm going to show you a picture because he's just a cutie. This was June the 15th. I'm not sure. Oh, there's a glare, but he's got a pretzel in his hand, y'all. That was the last day that he was able to walk around anywhere. He had his cane, and he walked up and down the halls with his cowboy hat on, talking to everybody he met. Good morning, how are you? What are you doing over there? Are you having a good day? And he went downhill after that. Completely didn't know us. He refused to eat. He refused his meds. He ended up getting a feeding tube, which he pulled out 2 days later. He's been in 4-point restraints, actually, probably 3/4 of the time he's been in the hospital. Last Tuesday, today's Sunday, and last Tuesday, I sat beside his bed sobbing because he had not known me for 2 or 3 weeks, didn't know who I was. And I thought he was going to die, literally. He's lost 38 pounds. I literally thought he's going to die, and he's not going to know who I am. But worse than that, he's not going to know that he's loved. Ooh, I didn't think I was going to get emotional. But anyway, they started him on a new medicine last Tuesday. Kind of a last-ditch effort because they'd tried a whole bunch of things. And lo and behold, this new medicine has made a huge difference. Wednesday morning, when my sister-in-law walked in, he was laying in the bed and had his eyes open, and she said, "Good morning," and he looked at her and put his finger on his lips and said, "Shh, I'm praying." Is that not the sweetest? Just the sweetest thing ever. But every day, my sister came Thursday, and every single day he has made progress. Yesterday, he was up. They were able to get him in the shower and get pajama pants and a t-shirt on him, but he's been in a hospital again for weeks. He's eating everything in sight. Unfortunately, the hospital lost his upper dentures several days ago. As you can well imagine, he's not able to keep up with that stuff, and at some point in the night, we assume they came out and were probably taken up with his dirty linens. They've not been able to find them. So that's another small obstacle that we have to overcome. We're trying to find things that he can eat and that he will eat, because he is a really picky eater, whether he's hungry or not. I make homemade soup and can it, and I sent that with him yesterday, and he loved it. I had some peaches I had canned, and he ate every bite of those. He loves those, I don't know, some kind of Cheeto things that are soft that will kind of melt in your mouth. He'll eat those. He's able to eat crackers and mashed potatoes, and we're able to get some stuff down him. And right now he is really eating, and absolutely, we're so grateful. We think we will be able to take him home this week. He is not going to have to go to a facility, which we thought for weeks was going to happen. In fact, we don't even think we're going to send him there for rehab, because they have said they will order physical therapy at home. And so he still is going to have somebody with him around the clock, and we're going to manage that with some help. We family, and we'll hire some, but we're going to manage that so he can go home. And so thank you all for your prayers, because we have absolutely had a miracle, and we are blessed beyond measure. Okay, off the family stuff, and let's go on. I have some finishes. I have some fully finished things, and I have some not fully finished things. I don't think last time I showed you this one. This is the June wordplay. Whoops, I'm so sorry. Oh, and I've changed orientation here too of my desk. I've moved furniture around, and so you're kind of looking at something different. Y'all have seen this up here before. Fat quarters. I'm like the fat quarter queen. What can I say? I quilted for many, many years. So I have lots of finishing fabrics, don't I? Anyway, this is the Brenda Gervais wordplay. This pattern right here. So that's headed for my basket. I tried my best to make one of those vinyl front project bags, and it was a disaster. Y'all can't tell that it's a disaster, I'm pretty sure. But let me assure you that it was. I think I have it figured out. I watched several videos. Dina's. I just watched all of them I could find. And for some reason, I watched one that Calico did, and it just clicked with me. That is just as crooked. Look at that. Just as crooked as it can be. I don't care. The next one will be straight. And I will certainly not be giving that to anybody or selling it. It will go to one of my kids, because they'll take anything I make. I have had this wool applique piece finished, and I'm sorry, I do not know the designer on this one. I'm going to back up a little bit. I've had this finished for at least a year or two, and up on my design board. And this week, I finally decided to get it made into something, and I made a bag, which I will carry this winter. It looks fallish, winterish to me. So that was one of my fully finished things. And then this is an embroidery piece that I did at least 2 years ago. It's kind of long. Let me see if I can get it all in there. I think it's birds of a feather, but I can't swear to that. I made this pillow for my bed. In my bedroom, my walls are yellow and the trim is white, and I use yellow and gray in there with a touch of red. And so this is a pillow for my bed. Isn't that pretty? It's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. Now, because Nicole, Buckeye Stitcher, stitched this one and I loved it, I bought it. And because she just stitched part of it, I figured it was okay for me to just stitch part of it. So I did. I haven't a clue what thread I used or what fabric this is. Don't know. But it's going to be made into a little pin keep as well. Y'all know I've been working on Noah's Ark. This is from pattern 1. I had made it and showed it to you earlier, the alligators. And this time I finished the giraffes. These will eventually be made into Christmas ornaments for Cade. And Cade, bless his heart, has been neglected. I have not seen him in 3 weeks because when I'm here, I'm only home every other day, and when I'm here, he has some things planned, so we just haven't managed it. But it'll be soon, I promise. And then I did Happy You, EWE, which is one of the Shepherd's Bush free patterns when you buy the button. I've done several of these. And this one is finished. I don't know how I'm going to fully finish that. This one is the one I'm probably the most excited about. I finished Summer Schoolhouse Lesson 1. It's a Brenda Gervais pattern. After Mania, I decided I needed to concentrate on, I needed to do some monogamous stitching. And that's what I did. So I started, this was my first one, and I worked on it till I finished it. And isn't it gorgeous? Oh my goodness. Those colors are not showing up really good on there because most of what you're getting is natural light. But it's not enough for you to really see that. I don't know how I'm going to finish that, but I'm going to, that's probably going to take me a little while before I get to that. I have a couple of things that my sister found for me at the thrift store. Look at this tray, y'all. Oh, glare. Sorry. But there we go. Isn't that adorable? Y'all are jealous, I know. I can tell. I can see it on your face. And then, okay, Steph, look at this. This, I guess, is professionally finished. It looks like it is. It's matted and has the nice little paper back and all that, but it sure is crooked in there. If it was professionally done, it wasn't great. That's all I can say, because it's really crooked. But it's cute. I don't really plan on keeping that. I think I might send that to someone that I know that loves cats. Also, I wanted to tell you, I'm sorry, I'm having to reach for things. Last video, I was making Farm Fresh as my small for the exchange for StitchCon. And I had it in the little red box and had a nest made, but I needed eggs. And my friend Judy from Tulsa sent me eggs the next day. Look at this. These are real Banty chicken eggs. They're blown. And she also sent me these, which are robin eggs or bluebird eggs, or I forget what it said. Aren't they adorable? And this is not all of them because I put them in that small, and it went at StitchCon to Tiffany, who was my savior, who went to Starbucks every day. Okay, let's talk a bit about StitchCon. I told y'all I wasn't myself, and I wasn't, and I apologize for that, but StitchCon was absolutely a blast. It was so good for my soul at that particular moment. I felt loved because you did. You loved on me, all of you who were there, and you knew that I was not good, that I was emotional, and and there are so many. Steph was, of course, the first one I saw, and Pam the second one I saw, and that sweet Steph, I just took her little face in my hand. She is such a sweetie, such a sweetie. And Nicole just has my heart. Barbara did an absolutely fabulous job. Everyone at my table, I feel like I went away with several new BFFs. Julie McConnell and Pam from Stitching Between the Lines, and so many. Penny, and I can't even name them all. McKenna and I cried. I don't know why. I don't know. Crystal, had a great visit with Crystal. Lorraine from Rags to Stitches. I got her small. Is this not perfect for me? Perfect. Just be. And my tray, my bee tray, it's going right in that tray. I could not believe it when I got this and my sister brought me that tray. Just wonderful. We got a lot of free things, but I did buy a few things. I got this one from My Big Toe Designs, and it's called a Quaker Prayer. I don't have many from this designer. This one says, with my two hands I stitch each day, unto the Lord I softly pray. Guide my needle fast and strong, that I may stitch the whole day long. May every X be wrought with love, with peace and patience from above. I just loved the sentiments on that and decided I needed to have it, and so I did. I also, on the freebie table there, found this that needs to be rescued. I think these might need a little back stitching, or maybe they were supposed to have some back stitching, but I'm not sure that I'll do that. I'm going to just make them into little pillows for my Dobo. I won 2 patterns, and these are, if you could see these stitched up, it's by Tellin Emblem. I'd never heard of them. Chrisanne Tellin. And y'all, these stitched up are scrumptious. Oh, let's see. How about that right there? That's a little better. Let's go a little closer. That was one of them, and this is the second one. I'm not sure when I'll get to these, but I want to stitch them. This one says ABC 123, fabric thread inspire me. And this one says ABC 123, my needle is a friend to me. So wonderful, wonderful things. At Keepsakes, I found this cute little, what am I going to call this? Project bag, but different. You open it up and it has a ring for your threads and a place for your needles. I'm going to see if I can make some of these and put a pocket right here for your scissors. But I loved the fabric and I thought, what a cute thing this is. Look at him. Scarecrows. Loved it. I happened to be standing back in the fabric room with Pam, who had some fabrics in mind, and she does such beautiful things. I thought, well, just buy whatever she buys, and so I did. This is Sky Blue, I believe is the name of this one. They were working so fast, I'm not sure they got, he didn't write the color on this one, but that's okay. I think it's Sky Blue is the name of it. This one is called Queen Anne's Lace. And I have to admit, the reason I bought this one, y'all, is because my mother's favorite flower, quote, is Queen Anne's Lace, which is a weed that grows on the side of the highway. But she loved it. She just loved it. And so I needed that. And this one is Bear Brown. Love that too. It's a 32 count weeks. And then, I don't know if Pam got this one or not, but this one is a 32 count linen from Under the Sea, and I don't even know the name of it, but I bought a pattern at the retreat I went to in Nashville a year ago, Katrina Boyd's retreat, and it's a Shakespeare's Peddler. I can't think of the name of the pattern right now, but it's a Halloween one. And I wanted this fabric for that and have been looking for it ever since. So those are the fabrics I bought. I also bought, this is the little scissor fob that we made, and I bought a little bee floss holder, and then these patterns. Hands-on design, so many tools. This is a box for keeping your sewing things in. It's adorable. It's really, really cute. This is a little Lizzie Kate that says, teaching is a work of heart. My daughter-in-law and my granddaughter-in-law are both teachers, and my oldest daughter is a teacher, and my middle child, daughter, is a principal, and my son is a coach he's just finishing up a degree in administration, so I assume one of these days he'll be a principal too. And I was a principal and my husband was a principal, so that's kind of cool, we think. This one is a heart and hand called Land That I Love. And I bought a little tart thing. It looks like a Jell-O mold to me. Pam showed one on her video, not the last one, but the one before. I bought that. Okay, another bee. That's going in my bee tray. In fact, I may start that today. I'm going to put that aside. This one I bought to make for my son because he's a football coach. No guts, no glory. I would never have bought this pattern if I just looked at the pattern. I just wouldn't have. But it is the cutest thing stitched. They had a model at Keepsakes, and it's quite a bit, their model was quite a bit bigger than this. This looks like it might be in a small frame, but they had stitched theirs on a larger count, and it is the cutest thing ever. This is a Waxing Moon design. Okay, look at this. Look at this, y'all. Okay, doesn't that just make you want to drool? I love this. I think I have a tray that it might fit in. It's not stained. I'll have to stain it. And I don't know where I've been, but I hadn't seen this one before. It's a Plum Street called A Red Cottage. Somehow I've missed that one, and I really did like it. I love red anyway. Red is my fave. And then Sue Hillis, who was just adorable, of course, was there and had a trunk show. And I've looked at two of her patterns for quite a while now and couldn't decide. And this was one of them. So that's going to be one of my Christmas stitches. And then this one, they had the model on, and it is just gorgeous. And I've looked at it. I've seen it stitched. In fact, I think someone brought this to the Minnesota retreat. I believe so. I think that's where I first saw it. I participated in the Secret Stitcher Exchange that Michelle Rudy did recently. It was the patriotic one, and I'm also participating in the next one that's this fall. And we exchanged smalls and then gifts. And I got this from Sharon, from Denise Anderson, and it's a design by Sharon Crescent from Crescent Colors. Isn't that cute? My dining room is my patriotic room. I have a lot of patriotic things in there. So this is going on one of the shelves that's there. And she also sent me several things, but this is a few. This heartstring, I love heartstring samplery. She's in my top 3 designers, she's one of the 3. This one is called For Spacious Skies. Love that one. Sent me a needle minder, Home of a Stitcher. I'm anxious to use that. Some fabric, red, white, and blue. And the sweetest card. Sweet, sweet card. And this bag. One of these. And I love these bags. Love them. In fact, I'm thinking I may be switching. Y'all know I don't use my own fabric project bags most of the time because I like to see through. And so I have some plastic ones I've gotten at the Dollar Tree. In fact, somebody sent me some from the Dollar Tree. But as I go through them, they're tending to get brittle and crack a little bit. Okay, I might have bought a few things other than StitchCon. Because you know when you're sitting in the hospital, and there's nothing to do. You just get on your iPad and then I played games and I read and I got tired of that. So, okay, Holly and Anita, I believe that you might have inspired this. Well, my mother actually would have inspired this because was the bird lover. So, but, yep, got that one. I also ordered from Teresa Kitten Stitcher a little rag, and I'm anxious to start on this one, really anxious. I have about 5 of them that I want to start today. That's one of them. And she sent several things in there, some floss and some candy, and this little paper mache strawberry. Isn't that adorable? And then last, not really last because I'm not showing you everything I bought. I bought some punch needle patterns. This, Threads That Bind, pumpkin. When we were in Gatlinburg with our kids, I went to the Pattern Hutch, and several of these came from there. And some of them came from my LNS, a shepherd's needle in Little Rock. This one is made into a little sort of a bag. It has an opening when they put a wool back on it and left an opening so that you can put some little Halloween things in there. I found a new designer there at the Pattern Hutch that I really, really liked. And y'all, look at this. It's hard to see there. It's very stark. It's a little farmhouse out in the snow in the wintertime. Oh, man, that's pretty. And wanted, what can I say? Spring. I wanted a spring one. Look at the dandelions. Dandelions are the first flowers your children bring you. It doesn't say that. That's from me. I read that somewhere, and it's so true. I can remember my middle daughter Lori's oldest son Jacob played t-ball. Not for long, but he did play a couple of years. He wasn't a ball kind of guy. But out in the outfield at one of his games, he picked a flower and came running across the field in the middle of the game to bring it to his mama. Every time I see that, I'm going to think about it. And speaking of Jacob, I'm having a new great grandbaby, number 2. Kate's number 1. This is number 2. This baby is due January 10th, maybe, or 13th. They've told me 2 different dates, and now I forget which one they settled on, but January baby. This could possibly be something for a January baby. Little House Needleworks. So Little House, isn't it? It is just perfect. And then a Teresa Kogut. I love her patterns. This one's called Believe. Sweet. Okay, I think that's all that I have to show you. I hope that that's all that I have to show you because that's really quite a bit. Again, I want to say thank you. It's getting close to time for us to go to church. So I'm going to get off. Thank you all for coming to see me. Thank you, all of you who were at StitchCon, for your love and the grace you extended to me at that particularly difficult time. I have some other things planned. I'm not going to plan any more retreats that I've not already signed up for a while because I don't know where we're going to be with Terry. He's going to be in Pine Bluff, which is about an hour and a half from me, but I am still going to plan. I'm not going to be able to go every other day like I have done the last couple of months, but I'm going to go a couple of times a week to spend the day with him. And as long as we're able to keep him at home that's my plan right now. I have already signed up for and plan to attend Midwest Stitchers in October, so I plan to be there. And I have also signed up for a weekend retreat in Nashville with Katrina Boyd in November. Um, that's a pretty easy one for me to get to. I can drive that in a day if I need to, depending on what's going on with everything else. There were a couple of others that I desperately wanted to register for, and I'm pretty sad that I didn't feel like I could do that. But that's okay. Another year, and I will be able to do that, I bet. Another time. I've always found that when you give up something for someone else, God extends great blessings to you. So I'm counting on lots and lots of retreats coming up in my future at some point. Anyway, that's it for me, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday afternoon or Monday or Tuesday, whatever day you're watching this. And a whole lot of stitching gets done, okay? Love you guys. Bye-bye.